Hello, this is Matthew from Love Buddy with another Love Tips Live video. Our videos are about 5 to 10 minutes. We have them every day except for Sunday. And Sunday we have a longer video. What is it called? It's called a love cast. Instead of a broadcast, it's called a love cast. On Sunday, that would be Saturday night, 10 p.m. in New York time and 10 a.m. here in the Philippines or China time. On Sundays, we have a longer video. It's a love cast. We go more in depth, more in detail, talk about topics. This is a daily love tip, and the love tips are about how to have more love in your life. It's a practical tip. It's a practical thing that you can do, an idea that we each can incorporate into our lives so that we have a smoother life, we have more meaning to our life, we have more joy, more happiness, we have more love in our lives in general. And so today, the love tip is about loneliness. Do you feel lonely? Do you feel by yourself? I've felt that way before. I have felt lonely before. I know what it's like. Years and years, I didn't really realize it. But I would go out. I'd go to a place like a restaurant, because most of the time, until recently, I've been by myself. I've been working on my projects and really focusing on my projects. And I didn't feel like it was time or an interest of mine or practical for me to have a family. Well, at this point in my life, I really want a family, and I've been extremely fortunate to find just the perfect girl and her little baby, and I'm just overjoyed. Every day is a new adventure in joy. And I was just gonna say, well, yeah, there are some challenges, but not really. I mean, we're really lucky so far. I'm sure challenges will come up, but it's fantastic. But yeah, there were times that I felt lonely. I didn't really put that label on it. So sometimes we feel lonely. We feel kind of down. We want someone to interact with. We want something to belong to. And we feel lonely. We feel out of it. We feel like we need some attention. We want some affection. We want someone to talk to. We want someone to share things with. I mean, there were a lot of times that I was aware that I didn't know that I felt lonely. I didn't use that label, but I'd go out to dinner and I'd be eating a meal by myself. And I was always thinking, look at that family over there, enjoying a meal together. And here I am by myself, like all the time, every time, in every restaurant, always by myself. Now, when I go out with my family, I really enjoy it. It's a really different feeling. Sometimes we need alone time, and I get the alone time. But of course, being alone and being lonely are two very different things, aren't they? But what if we do have loneliness in our lives? What if we are lacking? What if we're yearning for someone to interact with, someone to have a meal with, someone to hold and cuddle, someone to watch a movie with, someone to talk with, someone to tell our problems to, someone to tell us their problems, someone to share life with, or just a friend to hang out with, go bowling together or go for a drive. What if you go on a vacation? Are you just by yourself? That's what I would do before. I would fly, to another country and have a little holiday by myself. And I wasn't very careful about taking pictures. I remember taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower behind me, and also what was it in Rome, the Colosseum. And I just had this bored look on my face because I was just by myself. I was doing selfies. So if we have that feeling, what do we do? And what causes that, most importantly? What will cause loneliness? If we're not in touch with ourselves, how to nurture ourselves, if we don't know what we need and what we want, we're not in touch with that self-nurturing, we could be lonely, we could be down, we could be depressed, and we don't even know it. We just kind of be yearning for something, but we don't know, oh, this is loneliness. This is the lack of intimacy in my life, the lack of sharing with other people, the lack of meaningful sharing. Because a lot of people will talk your ear off. A lot of people will maybe have a superficial conversation, but how about an in-depth conversation? How about a meaningful conversation? How about a conversation that really moves you, that feels more significant? I'm going to move the microphone a little closer here. That comes from knowing who we are and what we want. And we'll automatically, it seems like, we can manufacture our own world, our own experience just by our awareness and by our focus. You know, if you're not used to seeing yellow cars, someone mentions yellow cars. Yeah, yellow car, it's the best one. You got to get a yellow car. Then you, well, what's the guy talking about? But then that day, if there are any yellow cars, you really notice them more than you would any other day because your focus is on that. It's in the forefront. It's on the front burner in your mind. You're conscious and aware of it. So when it comes to finding relationships that are meaningful, if you understand that that's an important thing for human beings, to have a relationship that has some intimacy, where you're sharing, where you're talking about something that means something to you, not just superficial things. How do we get that? How do we solve this problem of loneliness? Let's get practical. Let's get down to brass tacks here. The nuts and bolts of this has to do with the qualities of love. And if we understand the qualities of love and we practice them, we'll do things like reaching out. Love reaches out. Hey, do you want to go out and have dinner some night? Or do you want to go bowling sometime? How are your kids doing? Oh, I want to tell you about my kids. What books do you like to read? And you approach other people and you connect with other people, and maybe 9 out of 10 just not going to click. You don't have that much in common, or the vibes are this or that, or they don't have time, they're not interested, or who knows, whatever the reason. But you're persistent and you check with the people around you, people that you run into, neighbors, people that you meet, people that you might meet while you're out, or people at work. But reaching out, love reaches out. Love doesn't hold back, put up walls, or even avoid. Love reaches out in situations like this. Another thing you can do is getting out of the house. I have known some people in my life who have battled with depression. And one of the things that they do is they stay inside, they isolate themselves. And that's one of the last things that you really should do. You should have the courage and the understanding, I need to interact with people. I need to get out. I need to circulate. And when you do that, when you get out, you're going to meet people, you're going to have more interactions, you're going to have more opportunities to reach out to people and to create friendships that will eliminate the loneliness from your life. You'll be able to connect on a meaningful level. And when your heart is open, see, love is accepting of other people and love is open. These are qualities of love. And when you're aware of the qualities of love, and when you have them as a foundation, you have them as a reference, you have them as a way to know, here's how I behave in my life, here's what I focus on, here's what I do. Then you're automatically going to be open to other people. And the people that are open to you will automatically, they'll just show up. They just appear like the yellow car. It's not like it's so much like a magical thing, but it feels magical. But we can create that magic in our lives. Love creates the magic in our lives. When we focus on the qualities of love, and we live in a loving universe, we live in a loving world. We believe the universe is kind, and we live in that world. We're going to have meaningful relationships. The cause for loneliness is not understanding love, not living love, not having love as our foundation and as our center. Once we focus on things like reaching out, knowing ourselves and nurturing ourselves, knowing what we want and what we need in a friend, being open to people and sharing with people, it's automatically going to bring these people into our lives. Then next time we're sitting at home, we got nothing to do. You know, Friday night's coming up. Gonna get my paycheck. I got a little money to spend. What am I gonna do? Do I know somebody? Maybe, oh, this guy that I talked to the other day, he might want to go do something together. Love brings the end to loneliness. Love is the cure for loneliness. Understand love, study love, know love, you're not going to feel lonely again. And if you do feel a little twinge of loneliness coming on, you know exactly what to do. You'll be able to handle it right away. That's what love does. That's how love works. Okay, thanks so much for listening. This has been another Love Tip, Daily Love Tip. 24 hours from about 23 hours and 50 minutes from now, we're going to be having a love cast. You're welcome to watch that. Be here for that. I'll be back tomorrow. I love you. Have a wonderful day. I hope your life is filled with love. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.